think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 64 yards. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
I want you to know they're going to be your only score. Since you want to taunt, they're going to be your only score. You just can't score just because you want to taunt. So I got you. They're going to be your only score. I shouldn't have gave you that.
And this will not be
trying to feel sorry for you.
The end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Penix once more. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. 3rd and 20. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And no sidestepping that here. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Powerful running. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Lawrence to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And his guys are going to take over.
I told you weren't going to score no more. I meant that. Sometimes it's best to not even try to celebrate because I told you weren't going to score no more.
Shake this off and right the ship. It's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Wilson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lawrence to throw. Catch made there by Travis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lawrence. This will be caught by Travis. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They'll throw with Penix. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now an audible here into something else. Throwing again, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff running left is Etienne. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Well, Lawrence going to move him around a bit. Now back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 7. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete, and he'll be out right at the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Penix will try again on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons continue to pull away here in this first half.
You the only one can celebrate.
And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On play action, Lawrence. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. How about this? And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half.
Can't believe you tried Deion like that.
And a more disastrous half of football for another side.
Can't believe you literally tried Deion.
Positive half. With this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, And to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On second down, Lawrence going up top.
Well, that Deion, bro. That Deion, bro. You keep trying, Deion.
This is returned just shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly.
I apologize.
Last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now they'll change things up. On second down, another shot for Robinson. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just...
Oh, he's trying to lag on purpose now?
Stay with who you know.
Game ain't been lagging all the time. Now you lagging.
On first and 10, it's Penix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Stop, man. Look, go on and concede, man.
This one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Penix. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are pouring it on. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Look at that. Now it ain't lagging. Ha! You hell. You hell, boy. Real shit.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way. They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8. Robinson with another carry. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. That one will set them back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Lawrence on first down. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally, sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him, taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all.
You want to stay in that run formation? I got you. Appreciate you.
Get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. Penix going to look to throw on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Falcons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built up the efforts of this defense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. They go play action with Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And Thomas has it. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Down to about the 32.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
To the air, Penix.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Squeeze, double up. He's checking. Crash. He's coming. Double up.
And looking to throw, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does
all that little rinky-dink shit you doing, I'm watching the screen. I'm watching the whole screen.
Boy, another big
You a joke.
Here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of
Damn joke.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Koo now for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Here's Lawrence.
And now here is another interception. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Robinson up the middle. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, this game was never really in doubt, CD, especially in the second half. They were always up